Hey, I am James, and today we are going to be looking at the Harley-Davidson XR1200. I had to have a look, I forgot what it was called. This is the Roadster. You don't see many of these, and it is Sportster. It's in the Sportster family. You don't see many of them on the road. We don't sell a huge amount of them, and we're going to find out why. Jake couldn't be with us. Jake is with us. What the hell is he on? Oh, mate, is that an XR?
That's a real XR, dude.
Look at that! Yeah, we're going, man, we're going. So like I said earlier, I'm James.
I'm Jake.
And today we were going to just look at the Roadster because we haven't done a video on the Roadster, and people have been asking, what about the Roadster? So we thought we'd do one, and this fool pulls up on an XR. Yeah! Which is sort of where this began. So it was the XR, and then it became the XL. And the question I have to ask, and I think we're going to answer, is was it a good move to go to this, or was that a better motorcycle?
Well, so I'm biased.
Yeah.
The CX is cool, man. I've robbed a lot of parts off of CXs over the years. I'm making fun of you, Mike Sanchez. And obviously you've recognized those wheels and that front end because they're hanging off of my FXR.
Yep.
So I'm a big fan of the CX platform. It's good, but it's not an XR. This is in particular one of the best little Harleys. Like, this thing wanted to be a Buell so bad, it couldn't stand it.
It's a Buell, isn't it? That's what it is.
It's essentially the same thing. And if you look real close, there's a lot of differences. Obviously, the airbox is up here instead of the big goofy breather we normally
Which is good, because I was twatting my knee on that.
Yeah. Well, and it's set up so you can lay in it. You actually have a rear set on a factory Harley-Davidson, which is phenomenal. Those wheels are obviously light because that's sort of the whole bit with the bike. The whole tail section, I mean, you buy these tail sections for that bike now out of the Harley catalog. There's just, it's a Sportster on a really good diet with a lot of power. This thing's advertised at 90 horsepower.
Yeah.
And it's lighter than a regular Sportster. It's a wheelie machine.
Well, you couldn't do the wheelies earlier though.
I couldn't get it right. I'm rusty.
No, exactly. Yeah, we did try. He did try and do a wheelie, and it was, you know, when you was a kid and you were learning to ride your BMX, and all your mates could get up and do that,
and you just couldn't.
Because me, anyway, I was a tall, lanky bastard. I was trying to get it up. I get the wheel like that high.
Well, we know
ground.
Sometimes you have trouble getting it up. I mean,
no,
it gets us all sometimes.
Just the BMX, they would get like that high and be like, "I did it!"
Yeah.
All my mates were like, "James, that was crap, mate."
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Well, and like I said, I'm rusty. It's my own damn fault because I promised
I'm
these
James.
were 12.
Nice to meet you.
So anyway, phenomenal machine. You can ask James. I'm super excited to ride this thing.
It's gonna be fun, man.
It's so much fun.
Yeah,
Have you ever ridden one?
No, never ridden one.
So this is gonna be, we're breaking you in proper on this. This will be your first go.
Yeah, I've ridden this, and I'll be honest, I'm not a massive fan.
What?
You know, because the problem is, I got, like I say, my knees are up here.
You're really gonna love this.
Yeah. Well, no, because I'm back, which is fine. Because these are mids, which is stupid. They should be back. Yeah, they should be. Well, you'll see. Once we ride it, we'll get back, and you'll be like, James, you were right. They should be back.
I mean, I would never admit you were right,
look,
even if you were.
That is where they should be, right there.
Correct. That's kind of true.
Let's go ride them.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we are off on the Roadster. I'm taking out the Roadster first, and this is one of those motorcycles that when it first came out, I said, yes, brilliant. It's a Harley-Davidson Cafe Racer, fantastic. And then I rode it, and I didn't love it. And I'll tell you why I didn't love it. You can maybe see, if you can see where my knees are, look at them, right? I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but they are literally up in my chest. The mid controls on this style motorcycle is just all wrong. they shouldn't be there. They should be further back. Like I said in the introduction there, they need to be further back because the way it sits right now is so uncomfortable for somebody my size. Now, if you're shorter, maybe it's fine, maybe it's not a problem. But if you're tall like I am, your knees are going to be up in your bloody chest and it's not comfortable. Speaking of comfort, look at that, we're on the bridge. It's actually not terrible if you can get past the weird geometry. The seat's quite nice. I like the way the handlebars are. It's just, I can't get past the mid controls on this bike. It feels all wrong on it. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It looks like a cafe racer, but it doesn't feel like one. It doesn't feel like a Sportster because your bars are down low, so you're leaning forward. Just the whole geometry of it is wrong. But, you know, that's why I'm excited to have a go on the XR there, because the pegs are where they're supposed to be on this style of motorcycle. As far as the engine goes on this, it's great. It's got that 1200 Evo engine, same with the Sportsters have, the bigger engine Sportsters. And it's a great little motor. It'll get you from A to B nice. It's not the fastest thing on the planet, but at the same time, it's pretty good for, you know, running around town like we're doing here. There's not a massive amount to say about the Roadster, to be honest. Yeah, this is going to be a dull video, isn't it? Because I'm just going to go, yeah, it's quite nice, but it needs this to fix it. But let's check the lead angle on it. Well, yeah, it's fine, isn't it? You know, the Sportsters, I always love them. I'm way too big for them, but they're so fun because they're such a pure motorcycle. It gets you right back to the essence of what a motorcycle is. It's an engine, and it's two wheels, and it's you. That's it. There's nothing on them. There's no windshield. There's no fancy electronics. It's just how motorcycles used to be way back in the day. And there's something really pure about that. There's something really fun about it, which is what I love about the Sportsters. It makes me wish I was like 4 inches shorter. If I was like Jake, like a little short ass, I'd probably love these things. But as they are, if you're over 6 foot, don't bother. Literally don't even bother, because they're just not comfortable for a long ride. And this one in particular, because of how far forward you're leaning, your knees are there, it's just not comfortable. And then, you know, I was going to have a big moan fest talking about the mirrors being in the wrong place too. I'm not going to worry about it. They should be bar ends, shouldn't they? They should be stuck on the end of the bars. But again, that's something you can change if you have this motorcycle. It's just, for me, the Sportster was such a great platform. They could have done so much with it, and the Roadster just ain't. It's just not it for me, you know. But having said that, it's an absolutely gorgeous day. I'm on a motorcycle with my mate. Life's pretty good, to be honest. But the XR, I haven't ever ridden one of those. I've always wanted to have a go on them, because that is, to me, what this should have been. And I think it's going to be brilliant. But having said that, looking at the bars on his, the bars on this are better because they're lower. So I think what you need to do is you have to buy both motorcycles and then bastardize parts of them, and then you can build one really good motorcycle. Yeah, it just doesn't, you know, the 1200 is a fine motor, it's a really good motor, it's bulletproof, it'll last forever. You do want a little bit more, particularly in this bike, because you're in a sort of aggressive pose on it. You want it to have more. You kind of want to, you know, when you twist the throttle, you want it to go, and it doesn't really go. You know, because it's still a relatively heavy motorcycle. It is all metal, and a lot of bikes this size use not all metal. You know, so they're a little bit lighter weight, and then that engine would pull more. But for around town, it's a good little scoop. Yeah, I got nothing. I'll just let you enjoy the view for a minute, because I've got nothing else to say. Oh man, look at that new construction corner! It is getting bigger every time we ride it. Look at that, new houses. They go up so fast. You'll be able to see how well built they are if you ever move. So on new construction corner, it's fine. You know, it really does. They handle really well. I just feel if the geometry was a little bit better. If your feet were kicked back just a little bit further, you'd have a lot more control in those corners and you'd be able to get it down. You'd be a lot more confident anyway, sort of pushing on the bars and really leaning it over. Jake's riding very slow today. I don't know what his deal is. He must be tired because he's going slow. Alright, so we're going to switch out. I'm going to get on the XR, which I'm excited about because, like I say, never been on one, and I think I'm going to like it. I think automatically it's going to be like, yeah, this is what the Roadster should have been. So let's see. I'll tell you what, one thing about the Roadster that I do like, it looks fantastic. I think it's a really good looking motorcycle. You know, it's just right. The proportions are good on it. It's nice. Oh mate, my bloody knees were up. I felt like a monkey on a football. Ah, already. This, mate, this is brilliant. That's how it should be, yeah. Alright, let's go. Okay, so I can already tell you right now, your feet are where they're supposed to be in this. They're kicked back. I'm already massively more comfortable. I don't know if my knees are visible on the camera on this one, but they're probably not because they're kicked back where they're supposed to be. The handlebars, though, it needs the other handlebars because the handlebars on this are too high. They should be down lower. So if you take the Roadster handlebars and stick them on this, that would be better because of the position you're in. You're more aggressive anyway, so you'll want to be down. Yes, I like the XR already. It's lighter, you can tell it's lighter, but that looks fantastic, doesn't it? Yeah, even with Jake on, it looks good, so that's saying something. This one it's a bit plasticky, which actually is good for this style of motorcycle because it keeps the weight down. That's how it's supposed to be. So let's see, when the light hits green, let's see how much more it has on it, because this should be a lot faster. It's lighter, it's more powerful, it should be a lot more fun. Alright, here we go. Any second now. There we go. Alright. Yeah, it pulls better. It does. It pulls a lot better already. It gets up to speed. We haven't hit any corners yet, but I can already tell you that it leans over. Even in this tiny little curve here, you can lean it over better. And it's just because you have more control because of where your feet are on it. And I think if the handlebars in this were even lower, you would have so much more control. Be fantastic. So here we come up to the sharp right corner. Nice slow speed. We'll see how she goes. Yeah, it's a lot more confidence inspiring, honestly, in these corners. You can get it way down, and then, well, if the cars weren't stopping, we could have gone a long left, but oh well. Not today, because people don't know how to drive in Georgia. That might be universal, maybe people just don't know how to drive anywhere, but particularly in Georgia, they're really shit drivers, to be honest. I mean, I've lived in a lot of places, and these guys here, they've got to be some of the worst drivers. It's just, you know, Sunday drivers. Well, here it's like every bloody day is Sunday. Look at this, we're going, oh my god. Yeah, this is where the power is, and it's so flickable. Oh, it's so nice. You can just you can really whip it around. I like that. So he's going to do it now. Look at him, he's like, I can do it too. Oh, he looks like he's having a dance with it. Well, we can't really test the engine because Mr. Slowpoke up in front doesn't want to go any faster than 30 something miles per hour. Which is a shame because I wanted to open this. Maybe I'll go open it later. Yeah, It does. It definitely pulls much better. Yeah, I love it. I really like the XR. I think it's fantastic. It's a really fun motorcycle. I think after this video I'm going to go take it out for another spin. Really give it a go, see what's what. So anyway, I think final thoughts are going to be a bit pointless this week because we're both going to have exactly the same final thought, I think. Anyway, we'll see up top and we'll figure out which one's better. Spoiler alert, it's this one.
Alright, Jakey, final thoughts.
So it pains me to say this,
Yeah.
because I hate to even have to do this, but
Oh, the pegs.
you were so right.
Yep.
100% correct, man. I was, like, because I rode that and 13 seconds of acclamation, and I'm like, this is home. I
That's
remember
what it's supposed
this.
to be, yeah.
And with this,
They're wrong. Now, if you kick your feet on the passenger peg, that's where they should be.
I didn't even think of
Yeah,
it.
put your feet back there.
Oh,
That's where the
yeah.
control should be, right
Well,
there.
and I like these bars better.
They're better
I know
bars,
those
yeah.
aren't big, but these just being that touch lower, they're
Yeah,
so much
kind of
closer
put
to the tree.
where you want to be, yeah.
But if I do this, it's like I want to sit upright,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
almost like a Harley. But with this, man, that would
That's
be
where they
so
should have
much
been.
better. That would be correct.
Yeah. Now, I don't think anyone's going to argue that the XL1200 is a better looking motorcycle.
Oh my God, yes, the CX Roadster is a great looking motorcycle.
This is a bit, well, these ones, this looks are against it, to be honest.
No, they are. I mean, you know, but yeah, you got
It's
a
a
lot
bit-
from a Buell.
It's plastic, fantastic.
But also, that's part of what makes that bike so good. It's what made it lightweight. That's what made it. I mean, it obviously looks that way because
It's a
of the
better
setup.
riding motorcycle.
Oh my God, it's
It
way
just
more
is,
fun.
you know, and it's strange that when a company, you know, they have something and then they evolve it, and the evolution is not better than where it came from, and that's exactly what it is, because that has the potential to be a fantastic machine.
Well, you know what it really is, though. I hate to even bring it up because we're, you know, obviously Harley's not big on horsepower.
Right.
We got a lot of it comparatively to some of our older stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you right now, part of what makes that bike incredible
It's got
is
the pep on
the
it,
power.
Yeah, it's got a lot of power.
I mean, this makes good power, but that makes like really good
So
power.
you throw the pegs back on that, you give it a bit more power, you make it a true cafe racer.
You need some good bathtub heads, a good intake and exhaust.
I don't know about that stuff. I'm just saying more power and the pegs back, you got a really cool cafe racer.
I think so, man.
Kind of what you have now is a bit of a half-assed cafe racer.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of said, it's close enough.
It said I'm going to that one with the green and the lady on the cup.
That one.
And
yeah.
then like that
She's
says,
a mermaid though, isn't she?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, I think it's a
But
mermaid.
then that one
with
there,
two tails
that's
or
like,
heads or-
hey, I'm cruising the streets of Italy and ripping dank wheelies.
Yeah.
And
Except people in Italy would go, oh, that's an ugly motorcycle.
actually, yeah, probably.
But yeah, interesting comparison because you know the
I think the XR won.
Oh, it absolutely did. The only thing that has going for it is it's a nice looking motorcycle. It looks really good, but the geometry is wrong on it. It doesn't have enough power. You know, if you've got one, we do trades, so that would work, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
We should get one of these traded.
Yeah.
And
So if you're looking for an XR in absolute perfect stock condition, and this
oh my
is
God, yeah, dude.
this is really nice. We do
It's got
have this
factory
here.
exhaust,
Yeah.
which is phenomenal. Because how, in its lifetime, does it have factory exhaust?
It's been looked after. Anyway, so that is the end of that rather disappointing review. Actually, I was sort of.
No.
Well, I'm disappointed because I wanted that one to be so much better,
Yeah, but you just it's
and it just isn't.
an XR, mi
It's what
amigo.
it is. All right. Well, we'll see you next time.
Works. Later, pimp.
Bye. These shitty wheels are going to go in the end of the video. Sad, isn't it? He loves it though, he's having fun. I don't what that was. It was a hiccup. All right, no.